Is Kagurabachi actually any good? Ah yes, the series that went mega viral before it even got its first chapter. Kagurabachi's debut sparked immediate interest in the anime and manga community, thanks to its stylish art, intriguing premise, and what am I kidding? That shit was memed into oblivion. Seriously, this picture was everywhere. Social media platforms like Twitter and Reddit exploded with exaggerated claims of its greatness, dubbing it the next big thing and saying shit like, it's Kagurabachi time, which 2023 was a hell of a year, wasn't it? So why did Kagurabachi become a huge meme? Well, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. In the hard 5 minutes of research that I did, the only thing that I learned is that it was being memed for being extremely generic looking and having lines like, I start my morning with fresh hatred, which, by the way, he really does say that. What the fuck? Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought the series looked really cool the minute I saw it. Powerful samurai swords in a mafia aesthetic? Come on, sign me the fuck up. In my opinion, sometimes you just need a safe, cool looking character to drive the show. I mean, how can you hate a guy with a dark trench coat holding a sword? I mean, unless he's coming at you in real life. So at the time of this recording, the series is on chapter 61 and still going very strong in Shonen Jump, which if you don't know is very impressive because Shonen Jump cancels series faster than the internet cancels a YouTuber when they talk to a 17-year-old. It just finished wrapping up its first 2 arcs, and much like JJK, its second arc is incredible. Beyond that, it's got 4 volumes out already and begun releasing in English. So during a recent Barnes & Noble's run, I picked up volume 1 to see what it's all about. I actually read the whole first volume and then some to complete the first arc. So let me explain a little bit about Kagurabachi. Chihiro Rokuhiro's father, Kunishigi, is the most famous swordsmith in the land. Thanks to his 6 enchanted blades, the war that's been gripping the nation ends, and peaceful days follow. But sorcerers raid his home and leave Kunishigi dead in front of Chihiro. Many years later, Chihiro uses Kunishigi's 7th and final enchanted blade on a mission to retrieve the stolen swords. Oh, you thought I came up with all that? I'm not that good at writing scripts, that's from the back of the book. And let's start off with the main character of this series, Chihiro Rokuhiro. Chihiro is the kind of character that you expect to be the fan favorite cool-headed side character in some other series. But in this case, he's the main character. Let's go over why I like him so much as a main character. Also, I'm not gonna pronounce his name too much because I know it's gonna piss off everyone. I'm not Japanese, I'm sorry. Okay, first off, I have it right here. My list. First off, he's not annoying as fuck. Chihiro isn't like one of those other main characters that you need to warm up to. He's cool, calm, collected, and honestly badass right from the first page. And second, sure he's driven by revenge, but he's not your typical hot-headed shonen protagonist. He's someone who lets his actions do the talking, and trust me, his actions speak volumes. I also like that he's a bit older at 18 years old, just makes him more relatable to people like me who are out of high school and a little bit older now. Thank you Kagurabachi and Kaiju Number 8 for introducing older protagonists. Thank you. The early chapters do a great job showing the love and respect he has for his father, Kunishigi. And also the fact that he's gonna die brutally to kick off this story. Chihiro isn't just out for blood. I mean, he kinda is. He wants to kill a lot of people. All the bad people. But he's carrying the weight of his father's legacy, the pain of his loss, and the responsibility to recover the enchanted blades that symbolize peace. He's not just a revenge-driven hero, although it does kind of come off that way. But really, he's just a chill guy dealing with the loss of his father and wanting to collect a few swords. But for real, the way he interacts with characters like Char shows a complexity rarely seen in other shonen protagonists. Alright, let's talk about my favorite part about the series, the enchanted blades. Look, what can I say? I love some magical swords. They're fucking dope. The 6 enchanted swords are a fascinating element of Kagurabachi's world. These aren't just weapons, they're artifacts imbued with immense power and a deep history. Each blade has its own unique power or history, kind of like Bleach's Zanpakuto toes. And of course, in the first arc, we're only introduced to a couple of them, and they'll probably keep teasing them out as they go. Love that shit. Chihiro's sword is called N10 and it controls goldfish. Kind of. With N10 release, Chihiro becomes like a sweet little ninja boy. With N10 release, Chihiro basically becomes a Timu Soul Reaper. I mean, literally. By the way, did I say there's 6 enchanted blades? There's actually 7, because Chihiro is the 7th, and there's probably more than that. You know how this shit goes with these series. There's probably like 18 of them. Chihiro's mission to recover these swords is actually what drives the story forward. The swords aren't just plot devices, they're tied directly to the themes of legacy and power. And not only that, if your pops make something dope and people want to use it for bad shit, don't let them. They're symbols of his father's genius, the peace they brought to the land, and the destruction they're capable of when in the wrong hands. Now, this duality is nothing new we've seen in series, but when it's done well, it's really compelling and I love it. And here, It's done well. The visual representation of the sword is also awesome. Chihiro's sword N10 has flames. The guy he fights against, the Mojo. Come on, guys. Let's get better names. Sojo has Cloud Gouger, and that one looks fucking sweet too. I mean, the way these swords are depicted in battle scenes, glowing with power, surrounded by elemental effects, make them feel like characters in their own right. Alright, let's get into the bad guys. Katsuki wannabes. Let's move on. No, I'm kidding. They're called the Hishaku, and they're actually pretty cool. This deadly group of sorcerers aren't just your typical evil organization. Okay. They kind of 100% are, but I mean, we don't know enough, at least where I'm at, but kind of seems like they are. But they have cool powers and they have cool stuff like that. Look, for now they're shrouded in mystery and their motivations are complex, but their powers are as diverse as they are terrifying. I mean, I really can't describe what's happening sometimes. It seems like they're using spells that causes like Naruto kind of logs to come out of people. I don't know, pretty freaky. I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? In the first arc, we're only introduced to a handful of their members, and the most notable one being Sojo. Look, authors, Gojo was good. Let's move on. Sojo is exactly the kind of character that you'd want as a first villain. I mean, the first thing this guy tries to do when he's fighting Chihiro is nuke the city, basically. Like, this dude is insane and super unpredictable, and I'm here for it. Like a good villain should, and without spoiling too much, he forces Chihiro to evolve. The first scene when this guy shows up is going to be awesome when it's animated, and you know what I'm talking about if you've read it. Since this guy is really strong, Chihiro has to outsmart him, overcome his own anger, and learn how to match this guy's insanity. He pushes Chihiro to his limits and really is the first villain to get him pissed off. When the dust settles, you realize Sojo is never about being the first big bad. He's the measuring stick that proves Chihiro is ready for the insane journey ahead. In short, Sojo set a high bar for the future of Kagurabachi villains. The world building in Kagurabachi is also one of my favorite aspects of the story. The setting is a blend of feudal Japan and urban grit with a touch of magical realism. The world is full of interesting locations, characters, and things going on. In this world are good guys, and I had to put the quotes because, look, we all know how this goes. Come on. The good guys are called the Kamunabi. The Kamunabi are a government organization of sorcerers established during the war to eliminate threats to the nation. Now, unlike civilian sorcerers, and by the way, magic is used all willy-nilly, it's not a secret in this world. Their current mission includes retrieving the enchanted blades from the Hishaku to maintain peace in Japan. But come on. We know something else is going on. I don't know yet. No, really, I don't honestly know. I'm just saying. Within the Kamunabi, several notable members stand out. Azami is a high-ranking sorcerer and old friend of Chihiro's dad, and he's been a big help to Chihiro by leaking information about the Hishaku. And Hiyuki is probably the strongest member that we've seen so far. And she wields, are you ready for it? The Flame Bone of the Starving. If that ain't a fucking name for a sword, I don't know what is. Yeah, even though she doesn't have an enchanted blade of her own, she can still fight someone who has one, so she's badass. Kagurabachi certainly isn't lacking in any side characters. From Sojo to Char, almost every single character the story has introduced me so far has been actually pretty good. There really isn't one character that I think is awful, honestly. I think they all look really cool, I think their powers are cool, I think their personalities are cool. I think the only thing about them is that they're maybe not just extremely memorable, and that's maybe the biggest issue, but that's about it. Alright, just for a minute, let's talk about the art. Kagurabachi's art is kind of a mixed bag for me. You have panels like this one that are downright amazing, and then you have panels like this that aren't that good. So it is kind of hit or miss, and sometimes it is hard to tell what's happening in the action, but it's not awful. Again, I'm not really writing home about it, but I just wanted to kind of add it in here and just, I don't know, what do you guys think? Okay guys, future Mark here. I'm actually not sure what I was smoking. Some of these manga panels are absolutely incredible, and here are my favorite ones. I'm sorry, I just had to get these off my chest because I'm actually kind of wrong there. The art is actually pretty damn good. So does Kagurabachi live up to the meme-fueled hype? To be honest, I think that'd be very hard for any series, but I think Kagurabachi is actually really, really good. I mean, to be honest with you, it's got everything you'd want in a shonen series. You've got a dope protagonist, a rich world with lots of things happening in the background, crazy cool action, magical swords, and a story that keeps you hooked right from the beginning. I mean, come on, give this series a shot. It's actually really, really good, and I think you'd be surprised. Beyond all of that, it's a deeply personal story about grief, legacy, and the lengths we go for the people we love. And come on. Isn't that cute? If you haven't already picked up Kagurabachi, now's a great time. With the first 2 arcs just having been wrapped up, there's never been a better time to jump in. And let's not overlook the community. The discussions, fan theories, and fan art that have sprung up around Kagurabachi are a testament to its impact. This series has struck a chord with readers, sparking conversations and connections that go beyond the page. It's rare to see a series resonate so deeply so quickly. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you gave Kagurabachi a chance. I really think it's a great shonen series, and it's such a fun time to jump in because it's still early on. So people are making theories and having discussions, and it's just a great time. So let me know if you've jumped into Kagurabachi, and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Again, like, subscribe, and I hope you guys check out my next video.